Alright, we've got a late model, well, it's not a late model anymore, it's a Tahoe, I think it's a 08. It's got a misfire code. It's a friend of mine's vehicle, and it came in, I don't know, about 6 months ago with another misfire code. It had that coil on number 1, I believe. We put a plug and a coil in it, and it went away, drove it for a while. Now he's got a cylinder 7 misfire. That same day that I did the number 1, I pulled the plug out of 7, I believe, and it had carboned it over. I'm going to pull number 7 out and see if it's closing the gap on that spark plug again, because before, I mean, it looked like it had never been changed, and it was in a crazy high mileage vehicle, which this has got some miles on it, but it's not terribly bad. Can't remember the mileage exactly, but we'll look here in just a second. I'll jump in the car, show you how it's missing on the graph and on the misfire counter, and we'll go from there. It's got 158, 169. It's not bad for a LS motor. I mean, I just bought a Suburban with 210,000 miles on it, and it runs like a top. I'll wake this old thing up here. Sorry about this nasty screen. I've never taken the protection film off of it. I've had this thing for a long time. I think I bought it in 2014. It's 2020 now. We're going to go into engine control module. We'll go into active test first. I believe this is where our graph is for misfire. Yep, misfire graph. You can see there, number 7. See, it's jumped back up. I can feel it misfiring. Let's get out of this graph and go on the counter. You gotta go on live data, I believe, to get to the counter. Misfire counter. You can see 1 through 7. Nothing until you get to 7. We got 14 misfires right there. Dropped to 2. I've driven it, and 7 was going bananas. I had a couple of just little ghostly ones. See, misfire history on 7, 148 counts. Total misfires 14, blah, blah, blah. So what we're going to do here is, I'm going to turn it off before it gets too hot. I'm going to pull number 7. Let's see if we can do this. So, let's pull number 7 out and see what it looks like. Alright, we're going to pull the plug out of this thing. Got number 7, which is the back cylinder on this side. GM goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, that's how we got a barrel. Hamer used the Model 8 and 35 Remington modified to use a special police-only tactical magazine holding 15 rounds.
It's foul on that spark plug again. Before, when I pulled it out last visit, it was totally encrusted in. See that? It's trying to focus. Let's see. Turn my viewfinder around so I can see what you're seeing. Focus. Old GH5 focus. Yep, not gonna do it. Anyway, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's Got a little oil on the threads. There's oil in that cylinder a little bit. See there?
I think that law enforcement saw the Model 8 as a very, very powerful weapon, very accurate, and, you know, pretty menacing.
I'm going to clean it, put it back in, see if it takes care of it. It really, I mean, it needs a set of spark plugs. We've already done one hole. Another shop, he's had it at another shop. I'm not going to say the name, but they used to be a car dealer in this area. Now they're an independent shop. They lost their dealership years ago. Anyway, they sold him a set of spark plugs, but didn't put them in. These still have the factory marking on the tip. You see spark plugs with a dot, or this one has a Z on it. Those are factory installed. I've never seen any marking on a tip on any AC Delco plug, or any plug for that matter, on the aftermarket shelf. That is a factory installed deal there. So we know they didn't change the plugs when they were supposed to. They really didn't look that bad last time, so we were going to wait. But I think it's probably time for a set of plugs. Anyway, we're going to clean it, see what happens. All right, we're back in the car. Let's fire it up and see if our misfire goes away here. Rev it up a little bit, and let's fire the scan tool back up. You're going to communicate here in just a second. All right, we're looking at 7, right? Yeah, still seeing a little bit there. I don't feel a misfire, but it's still seeing something. Yeah, I just felt it. All right, we're gonna go for a test drive and see what happens. All right, we're gonna drive down the road. I'm holding the camera. I'm not going far. I'm just staying in this little area I live in. Not hitting any main roads, although I'm crossing one right now just to get to another section of back road. Just want to see how bad this thing's gonna skip. That's the first time I've picked anything up, was right there. Driving down the road here, running about 30. Just let off the gas. Let's see if this misfire is going down this hill. Before, this counter was, I should have did a video before and after, but this misfire counter driving around was going nuts. It was going like 140, 14, 15, 30. I mean, it was all over the place. Like I said, I'm going to definitely recommend a set of plugs. But just with a little cleaning, you see what it did. It proves to me that the spark plug is bad. I just knew it was bad. It looked terrible. Pretty cool little property back through here. Turn around. Off the gas, not misfiring. I don't think anybody tries to clean spark plugs anymore. Everybody just throw it away and go. But I mean, sometimes just you got a problem cylinder, I wouldn't keep just throwing expensive spark plugs in a hole. I mean, he's definitely got a reoccurring issue in number 7. It's probably burning just a little bit of oil in that hole. A lot of city driving, probably, I'm assuming, and not enough high RPM clean out. Okay, so back from the test drive, you can see it's now skipping again. 32 on cylinder 7. That's in the history file after I cleared it. It's random. I mean, it only does it at idle after you've been sitting for a minute or so. But you see how it's counting back up. 28, 30, 0. Cleared up. 2. Yep. Just need some plugs. Start out with some plugs, see what happens. See what the customer says, see what they want to do. Alright, so we decided to put some spark plugs in the Tahoe. I like to put a little piece of hose on it. It's a little 3/8 rubber hose, just, you know, vacuum line. Just gives me a little grip on my plug, especially the ones in the back, especially number 8. It's kind of hard to get to. The air conditioning stuff is hanging down a couple lines from the dryer. Anyway, this helps me kind of give me a little reach and give me a little grip. And I'll screw it in there and then pop it off. Alright, I'm going to put 8 in this thing, and or actually I'm going to put 7 in it because I already put number 1 in not too long ago for him. We just want to let it go for a little while and see if it was going to skip anywhere else, and it did. And plus number 7 kept getting fouled, just getting oil fouled. Not bad, just a little bit. So we're going to see how long this lasts. Trying to get him back on the road so he can have his vehicle back. So I'm knocking this out tonight and watching a little Hank Parker bass fishing while I'm doing it. I love having my satellite and my TV in the shop. It's great. All right, I'll pop some plugs in this thing. When I'm done, I just take my spark plug wire pliers and pop my hose back off and move on to the next cylinder. I'll put the socket on it, tighten that hole down, let that sit there. Also, this is my favorite little deal here. I love this. It's an impact ball joint swivel. I use that thing on everything. I love it. Well, not on everything, but it comes in handy a lot. Sometimes you even have to double them up. And get your plug back in, get it tightened down, get your wire back on, move on to the next one. All tripping and watching Hank Parker. We'll turn this off for a little while, pop the rest of these in. We'll go back to the scan tool on a test drive and make sure everything's not misfiring again. Watch that number 7 cylinder and button her up. Okay, so got all the plugs replaced, got wires back on, no issues. All the rest of the plugs look good. It's just that number 7 that keeps acting goofy, just crusting up. The only tip I have, I guess, other than my little hose trick that I really like, is just use factory parts whenever you can. It's alright to go aftermarket on some stuff, but like spark plugs, I go back with what the factory put in it. The Delcos, AC Delcos for these GMs. You don't know how many Bosch Platinums I've pulled out of all kinds of engines that are just skipping like hell that the parts guy talked them into because there was a sale or something. That's about the worst plug you can put in most engines, in my opinion. I go with Denso, Delco, NGK. Champions, especially in the Mopars. Champions work good in the Mopar stuff. Jeeps, Dodges, stuff like that. And that's about it. We're going to jump in this thing, and it's starting to rain here, so I got to shuffle some cars around to get this out of the shop. And it's about 8:30 at night. I'm trying to finish this up for my buddy slash customer, so he can have his vehicle back tonight. And then go on a little test drive, and I'll take y'all for a ride on that. We'll look at the graph one more time, look at the misfire counter, and make sure everything looks good. Okay, there's cylinder 1 through 8. Nothing's missing so far. Neutral. Drop it down in reverse. Still looks good. And I'll go drive it, put a couple miles on it, make sure everything looks good. Alright, we'll get back. Okay, alright, went on a test drive. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. It looks like the screen's pretty blown out. But we have no misfires, which is a great thing. Nothing. Bingo. Went on a pretty good test drive, and it picked up nothing. That's excellent, excellent news. Alright. Well, this one is done. I'm gonna hang it up for the night. I'm beat. I've been running all day and into the night, and I'll let this guy come pick it up, and I'll see y'all next time.